Hey Amanda, sorry that took so long. Oh my goodness. How are y'all feeling? How's your breath? How's your heartbeat? It's not the same only being here one day a week, but I'm so busy. I don't want to exhaust myself. But I miss it, and I miss y'all. Oh my goodness. So much to do, so little time. Alice in Wonderland. Come back. Where is everyone? Where'd you go? There you are. So yeah, today I want to talk about shame. Shame is like the worst feeling. It's like the worst punishment you can inflict on yourself or others can give you. Shaming you, humiliating you is like setting your dreams on fire in a way. It's like telling you you're doing something wrong when you're not. Why am I putting my iced coffee on my warmer? I want it to be cold. So, my name is Aviva. Thanks for being here. We are chilling. We are exploring the Qigong of our life, the Qi, how our energy flows mentally, emotionally, physically. And so, I was thinking about it. There is a lot of public humiliation out there, a lot of sarcasm, a lot of, some of it's funny, some of it's done in love, but some of it is really damaging to the fabric of our beautiful heaven on earth. And I want to address that today. I want to address, you know, how easy it is to hurt each other deeply and how we can literally prevent that with our awareness and kindness. I love your fishies, Amanda. Drinking the coffee and the soup. Mm. We can change the paradigm really, really simply by not doing it ourselves. Not only not publicly humiliating other people, no matter how tempting it is, because of how hurt you feel, but also not publicly shaming ourselves. I mean, it's different when you're like self deprecating and it's funny, but I think we also may cast ourselves in the corner Um, and the form of publicly shaming ourselves is simply not allowing ourselves to express ourselves freely, to express our art freely, and to be the best we can be because we have publicly humiliated ourselves into a corner, which could just be all in our heads, thinking we're not good enough, thinking our art's not good enough. Hey, Jordan, Mayday to you. Thanks for the flower. So, feeling shame can come in so many different forms. It can feel like, oh, that's so weird. It doesn't look like the tissue box is right next to me, but it's not. I can't even reach it. Um, feeling humiliation can come in so many different forms. And I think one way to free yourself from the web of humiliation is to recognize it's just a web. It's not you, it just needs to be cut off of you. And that's when you can feel more joy. And I really think there is a strong correlation between when you feel shame or humiliation, you don't feel joy that much or at all. It almost like it vacuums up your joy. I noticed that, like, in this toxic relationship I was in, it was like every time I was happy, somehow we got into a fight, and it was like my joy got sucked out of me like a vacuum cleaner. Like, when I was ready to celebrate, they were ready to somehow shame me or put me down. And, that was someone who was very jealous, and I realized I absolutely think there's a correlation between jealousy and shame. I would even go as far as to say as when we are jealous of someone else, we are also shaming them in some way. Like we're shaming them for what they have because, you know, the envy that we have, the jealousy that we have is like, you don't deserve that more than me or something. That's almost like the subscript, right? Like, why do you have that and I don't? It's not fair. And you have to be really careful about being jealous because I would venture to guess that when you're putting that jealous energy out there, you're also being not only rude, but you're you're shaming that person somehow. I really think that that's what's going on is, a lot of the famous people that get shamed, I think it ends up like the people that are doing that are jealous on some way. Like, oh, why do they have all this money they perceive, or why do they all have this power? And that jealousy gets twisted up into just wanting to hate on that person because you want to bring them down like the crabs in the bucket, right? Like, we all need to stay in the bucket. You can't be free. But what that does is it stops you from being free. It stops you from freeing your joy and claiming your joy and embracing your joy to just try to shame other people or blame other people or guilt other people and be like, you're doing this wrong. You're not loving me enough. You lied to me about everything. Like, that's shaming someone. You know, People say, okay, you're criticizing me. Maybe they say you're being mean. But I think it might be correct to say, you're shaming me. Why are you shaming me? Like with reprimanding, being reprimanded. Okay, you can tell me you think I'm doing something wrong, but don't shame me. Because shaming it's violent. It's changing your vibration in a toxic way. It's a public humiliation. It's a shaming. It's like saying there's something wrong with you, or it's saying I don't like you. We all can get jealous. But really let's do a little exercise. Think about the person you're jealous of. You might be angry with them, and maybe they hurt you. Maybe they stole your boyfriend or stole your girlfriend. But is there also jealousy there? Yes, your anger is valid. If someone betrays you, if someone steals something from you, of course you'd be angry. But are you also jealous? Because if you're jealous, I feel like not only are you shaming the other person, but on some level you're shaming yourself. It's like a boomerang, the shame circle, the public humiliation paradigm. Why? Why publicly defame someone? Why publicly take away what they have if they've achieved something that you wanted to achieve, or if they're friends with someone or dating someone that you want to date? What's the purpose of publicly trying to bring them down? That just makes you look bad. It makes you look like a whiny baby, maybe. Whiny baby, maybe. And so why, like, what can you do instead? That's what we're talking about today. How do we shift that paradigm? What can you do instead of being jealous? What can you do instead of shaming someone? And I think the absolute opposite is to just have fun in life. Just feel your joy. Why is that so hard? Because you're out there being jealous and shaming people instead of just enjoying life. You're like, oh, I can't enjoy life because I don't have what this person has, and I don't have what this person has. Like, why do you need that? Is that a lie? Do you really need a fancy car? Do you really need a fancy house? Or do you just need to figure out how to feel happy with your own soul and your own gifts, and how to be grateful for what you have, and how to trust divine that you have everything you need to shine, and you don't have to fit into a certain paradigm. You don't have to fit into what pleases other people, what other people expect of you, what other people would validate. You might not be validated with your gifts, with sharing your gifts freely. You might feel like no one's giving you permission to just do your art. No teacher in school ever allowed it. They wouldn't let you use the red paint for your super duck. They wouldn't let you sing like Diana Ross because they said you sounded stupid. Yeah, that happened. Who cares? Just because they didn't give you permission doesn't, they're not God. You still have permission to shine. You still have permission to share your voice. You still have permission to express your voice and your art freely because you rock. And just because that one little person who was either jealous of you or just a miserable person and misery likes company, just because they were like trying to put you in a cage, trying to shut you up, there's millions of other people out there who want you to be free and want you to express your joy and freedom freely because it helps them feel joy, because it helps them feel love, because it helps them feel peace. So don't let one or two haters clip your wings. You are flying penguins. Fly. Be free with your light. What a rant, huh? That's what we're talking about today. We are transforming shame into joy. We are shifting the public humiliation paradigm. If you have a problem with someone, instead of being jealous, instead of humiliating them, instead of trying to rip them down in front of the world, just let them be. If they're really doing something that bad, they will end up ripping themselves down. You don't have to prove to anyone that someone is bad or that someone hurt you. People aren't necessarily, no one has experienced what you experienced, and you might be projecting. Instead of doing all that, take steps towards preoccupying your mind with the joyful things that you want to create, with the things that are fun for you, instead of focusing on these major disappointments. I mean, and I think it's human to like think about what has disappointed you merely for the fact that you don't want it to happen again and you want to protect yourself. And so you're preoccupied with like this thing that ended up hurting you because you want to like analyze it to figure out how you can never get hurt again. But another easier way to not get hurt is to hold your heart every moment and ask yourself, is this something I'm enjoying? Do I feel joy right now? If you don't, just walk away. Don't try to change it into something that will bring you joy because it might bring someone else joy. So let it be. Let it go. You know, there are so many things I have that don't necessarily bring me joy. But if I give it to someone else, they'll be like, oh my God, I love this shirt. I love this thing. It fits me so well. It brings me so much joy. The same for music. Okay. If you're not enjoying someone's music, it's okay. But don't like be like, shut up. I'm not enjoying it. They'll be like throwing tomatoes and publicly humiliating because someone else might really be enjoying it. Let everyone have their good, you know, and just focus on you. Don't let someone else's joy cause you misery. That's so sick. That's what I think public humiliation, some of it stems from. How dare they be so happy? I'm going to tear them down. That is twisted, right? Why? Why don't you want them to be happy? Because you're ashamed of your happy? Because you're insecure in your joy, so no one else should be? I mean, yeah, ignorance is bliss. Sometimes it's frustrating to see someone so happy when there's so much misery going on in the world. But the thing is, there's also so much amazingness going on in this world. And there's no way that we can marinate on it if we're marinating on the shame. I mean, it's nasty. You wouldn't choose to marinate in a sewer. But I'm telling you, we all do it. Marinating in the sewer of our mind. We marinate. We don't just think about it, we marinate on it. We like let that toxic goo energy simmer our brain, thinking over and over again of the people that hurt you, of the things that hurt you, of the, that is marinating. So as soon as you catch yourself doing that, I'm not saying like don't address it. There's a lot of healthy ways you can address the misery of the past. But the more you marinate in it, the less you marinate in the joy. It's like if you're marinated chicken, are you going to stick it in toxic goo for 24 hours? Or are you going to stick it in yummy goo for 24 hours and the joy and the apricot sauce and the yummy glaze? You have that choice, and it can change every minute of every day to marinate in the good. And I know it's not easy. You might need to just sunbathe for a while and understand, like, if you get that energy from anything, from the sun, from your kitty cat, from your doggy, from walking in the woods, you deserve to marinate in that for 24 hours straight. Soak into that natural vibration that's healing, that's loving, that's full of joy, peace, love. If you're marinating in the shame, saying, woe is me, I am an awful person, it's like, shut up. Sorry. If I say shut up, it's like shaming you. But no, seriously, it's like, ooh. And if you're a person that's constantly doing that, I do it too. When I'm going through stress, I will marinate on it. I will want to talk about it because it does help a little bit. But you got to understand, like, you're putting this energy out, and everyone that you're talking to is marinating in that doo doo with you. And that's not nice. So you got to figure out how to marinate in the light so the people that are around you are feeling good and not that same stress and misery. Everything is contagious, the good and the bad, because everything is vibration. It's like light. If I shine a red light, then red turns everything tinted red. If I come at you with shame, all the things around us get tinted with shame instead of joy. So we can do this. We can address concerns from a strong place, from a confident place, from a grateful place, from a loving place, from a peaceful place, from a joyful place, instead of from a place of fear, restriction, shame, anger, depression. Everything is kind of transient, moving through. Okay? So let's pay attention to our breath, our heartbeats. We're going to explore the creative chakra because that is what is most affected by this public humiliation paradigm. It's all affected. But when you have a really high functioning creative chakra, you can be super creative in protecting yourself from the public humiliation paradigm. You can create doors and windows and trap doors and escape routes so that you can always be connected to your joy somehow. So the creative mudra is thumbs are interlaced. For women, left thumb is on top. For men, right's on top. Hold that and breathe. We've been live for 22 minutes and 22 seconds. Oh, I guess I should post my wonderful link to get paid. I have no shame in this because people get paid for teaching stuff like this all the time. But I like offering it for free. And so it is optional. But here are some ways to donate. I've got a Venmo and a Cash App as well, if you'd like to help sustain this channel and these free classes. I appreciate you. Let the underarms relax. Moving on to the confidence mudra. Thumb to the index and the ring. Feeling your confidence amidst the public put downs. The accusations. One more mudra. Let's do the grounding mudra. Thumb to pinky and ring. It's like the peace sign. It's closed. So grounded to your roots. You can always say, when you're feeling that shaming or intense criticism or just a lack of love, you can always say the mantra, my ancestors are with me, my ancestors are with me, my ancestors are protecting me and my confidence and my ability to shine. My ancestors are shining with me. Oh, I like that one. My ancestors are shining with me. My ancestors are loving with me. My ancestors are sharing with me. A few more deep breaths. Very good, my friends. So we're going to jump into the Wuji Qigong. The Wuji Qigong is just an amazing Qigong form that basically lights your light bulb of Qi. And it's so good for releasing the humility. I mean, humility is a good thing. The humiliation. Humbleness. Now I'm all confused. Where's Aunt Nono? So yeah, what we're gonna do is be the beautiful flower we are. How can you feel shame when you feel the joy? That's the question. If you're marinating in joy, how can you possibly feel shame? All right. Yin hand under the belly button, right for women, left for men, left on top, each shoulder width apart. Press in and shake. Let the shoulders come up and down. I want you to feel the relationship that your feet have with the ground. Does it have a cozy connection, or is it kind of like annoying? How can you make the relationship a little bit stronger and cuddly and not harsh? Soften your feet. Let the ground hug you. Smile on the ground. Feel the ground smiling back at you. Shake, 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 shake. Good job. Bring the bottom hand out, face up, top face down, and continue to shake. shake it all, come to stillness. Good job. Ready position, feeling yourself expand like a light bulb. Radiating. Drop the left shoulder down, just release it back up. I'm going to go back and forth, nice and easy. Find the connections that feel loving to you instead of harping on the ones that don't. Rotate that left shoulder back a few times. And then the other side. Praise and show gratitude for the ones that you feel love you so much instead of harping or shaming the ones that you feel don't love you. Just let them be unloving to someone else who might like that. Because everyone expresses love differently and feels it differently. But have good boundaries, and both at the same time. We're going to come up halfway in reverse directions. Bring your hands over your head, fingers spread. Come down. Bring the left heel up. Bending both knees. Rotate that left knee to the right. In the other direction. And that's the beauty of Qigong, is that to embody that Qi and even feel that Qi astro suit in your body, it's really important to vibrationally feel peace, love, and joy. Okay, rotate that knee inward, because that really helps you to feel it and to float with it like you're an angel. Because when you feel shame, when you feel that stuck shame energy, it's going to be hard for you to do Tai Chi or Qigong, especially if you're having a hard time letting go of it. And that's what happens. It like sticks on you. Sometimes those energies that hold us back sticks on us like a vibrational glue, like to feel ashamed of yourself, feel guilt, feel like you're something wrong with you, feel insecure. And it's almost impossible to do Qigong and feel that. So if you can just start to do Qigong and meditation, it will literally be like orange oil on a label and unstick that gooey shame that someone else threw on you, that jealousy, that ew-ness. You know, when you do this Qigong, it is like opening up the window and shining light, fresh air, and then consciously start to feel the joy bubbling up in you, like feel the silliness of the movement. Somehow enjoy it. I enjoy this movement. It feels good for my muscles and it feels funny, like I'm moving funny, or like I'm floating or something. It's fun to explore how my body moves. So it's so easy for me to find joy in Qigong because I'm a dancer. I love moving my body. So you just have to make it joyful in your own way that works for you. What gives you joy? Only you know. Only you're you. All right, feet shoulder width apart, knees together, thighs together, little tiny rotations to the left. I think what makes almost everyone feel joy is feeling loved so much and feeling so safe with people around us. And if you don't feel that, how can you? It's like organizing your house. If you don't feel organized, how can you organize? Just pay attention to it. Spend time with it. It might feel impossible, but just pay attention to it. Just look at the dusty corners of your house and ask for guidance. Your ancestors are with you, and sweep those cobwebs away. Metaphorically and actually. Feet shoulder width apart. Now like a tree in the wind, you're just going to rock back and forth nice and easy. Putting all the weight on one foot and then the other. Let the arms do whatever you want. By the way, I'm teaching another belly dance class Friday if anyone wants to sign up. Friday, 6 p.m. Come to stillness. Feel the relationship of your feet to the ground. Are they getting along? Do they like each other? What do you do when someone publicly shames you? How do you react to them? Can you just ignore them? Is that your biggest weapon? Not caring because you have so much joy in your life, it doesn't even matter to you. Not even your problem. Unless it somehow damages your life. Okay, finished with that second part of the form. Now we're going into alchemizing humanity. Bring your hands up about 2 fists from your belly button, bend the knees, and rotate to the left. Relax your face, allow your lips to part and smile. In the other direction. And now, what I think is the most challenging move, opening up wide, bending over and lifting that left arm all the way up to the ear, and just letting it drop like a feather, nice and easy. Back and forth. And the fact that your body just starts to relax, that's such a joyful thing too. Now we're going to reach across the body. You are so blessed. You know, I just realized why it feels also different not doing Monday class in here and doing it somewhere else. Okay, now we're going to do 5 minutes of just the Wuji. Because when you do Qigong in a space, it gives Qigong to the space. So since I'm doing my Qigong somewhere else, that other space is getting the Qi, and I can feel the lack of it. in the studio. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do another hour and a half in this studio. We need 2 a week. We gotta do it. Maybe. All right, I'm gonna step away. Keep on doing the 5 minutes. I'll be back in, I think we got like 4 more minutes. All right, good job, y'all. So there's always a thing to the thing, right? Like you might not enjoy cleaning, but you enjoy the clean room afterwards. So there's always something to focus on that you can find your joy. You might not enjoy just doing mundane activities, but you enjoy the security feeling that comes with it. Feeling safer. So, my friends, I wish for you a joyful day with as much balance as you can muster in this crazy reality that we live in. Only we can change it with our love. Thank you for joining me by having some joyful, peaceful, loving energy with this chi. Spread it to the world if you wish. I'll see you next Wednesday, 1:30. Maybe I won't be half an hour late next week. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for your donations. All of it makes me smile. Just being alive and having the opportunity to even do this Qigong movement is super fun and awesome. I'm gonna do it a little bit longer. You're welcome to come and see me in real life too. I teach at the hospital Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Mondays at 11, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:45 a.m. All you got to do is be a member, or you can sign up for a guest pass if you just want to come for the class. One more minute. Awesome. See you soon, y'all.